cold outside, but the fire keeps us warm. We can spend the night underneath the mistletoe, and I've gotten you a present.
Hey guys, welcome back. It is day 7. We made it to a whole week of Vlogmas. Can you believe it? So I promised y'all we were going to do some gardening, but we're not going to go outside. We're going to garden indoors today. So I have my rice garden. I have already removed all of the old plants. I'll pop in a video so you can see what, or a picture at least, so that you can see what the rice garden looked like if you haven't ever seen previous videos of it. So the rice garden that I have the personal one. They do have really big ones that are like a bookshelf. They have multiple shelves, but mine is just a small personal one, and I love it. I love it. It runs off of LED lights. Basically, it's a hydroponic garden system, and it runs off of water. Your plants grow in water. And so it's so easy. You can garden year-round, indoors, right in your own kitchen. If you want to put it in the kitchen, or if you have like a... I sometimes move it to my office. I moved it to the office recently. We had a party, and I moved it to the office because I have a grow tower that has lights. So I moved it in there and put it on the bottom shelf of that. But then I need to... The plants just... I mean... They grew like they were growing all over the place, so I need to harvest them out, clean it, and I'm going to show you how I clean it and then replenish it, and we're going to grow some new plants. All right. So this is my Rise Garden personal hydroponic system, and bring you in so you can see. This area right here, this black area with the holes, is called the garden. Here are the controls here. And there's an app. You can use an app. They do have an app that comes with the system in the program. So I'm going to, this is the reservoir area here. I'm going to take the trays off, and you can see probably can see the grime and dirt in there. There's a lot of grime and dirt in there. There is a particular way that they suggest for cleaning. So that's what we're going to do today. And it's not to use soap. They don't recommend using the soap, but using just all natural vinegar. This is just a white distilled vinegar. So the reason that you're going to use the vinegar as opposed to any other type of cleaner or soap is because you want to make sure that what you're using is non-toxic. So you don't want to have any type of residue left over, and that gets into the roots of your vegetable, and then you end up consuming that. So that is basically the reason why they suggest that we use the vinegar. So since it is winter, we're not officially in winter, but it's winter. It was 20 degrees last night in Georgia, so it's winter. So I wanted to show you all how easy it is to grow indoors and be able to grow indoors year round. So a lot of people have reached out to me to ask about growing in small spaces as well. And it's so easy. If you have windows, if you have large windows, you're getting good amount of light source, because you could be in an apartment or a townhouse or even a house and not have really good lighting. And so if you don't, the LED grow light systems, the hydroponic systems. There's so many different types out there, and you can grow indoors. Otherwise, you can just grow in a pot and put, you know, seeds in the soil and sit it next to a window and grow herbs or different things indoors. But with these new hydroponic systems, these personalized systems that you can utilize in your home, they don't take away from the aesthetic of your house, and it's great. I mean, if you're able to just have a counter space, or like I said, they do have larger bookshelf sizes, you can grow indoors. And I mean literally grow indoors. I've grown kale, cabbage, bok choy, all different types of herbs. You can grow tomatoes. There are people using these systems. They're growing tomatoes. They're growing radishes, so root vegetables even. So, I mean, it's just almost endless. I saw somebody grew a sunflower in one of these. The sunflower, I mean, it didn't get like a tall sunflower, but they had a decent sized sunflower with a head like this on it. So you can grow tomatoes and sunflowers. So it's almost endless types of things that you're able to grow. And there's so many things like lettuces, all different types of kale, spinach, arugula, which is extremely good for you, that you can grow indoors, guys. You can do this indoors. You don't have to have an acreage or big, huge garden beds. You can grow right indoors. You can harvest it right from your countertop and take it right over to your stove and cook it. So let me show you how the one that I use, and in full disclosure, it was sent to me by Rise Garden, and I was an ambassador for them. I no longer work with them at this point, but I love the system. I absolutely love it. Stand by it. I use it. I'm still using it. I'm still using it. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is I need to add more water back in here because I need it to filter through and pump through, to go through this filtration system and clean this out, and to clean everything out. Okay, that should be enough. Now I'm going to add about a cup of vinegar in, and that should be good. So I plugged it back in, and now you can see the light came back on, the LED lights. So it grows with that panel of LED lights. So now I'm going to do is just hold this control down. So what's happening right now is that the vinegar is pulling through that filtration system and it's cleaning it. So I'm going to now add some more vinegar to water in the sink, and I'm going to wash the tray. So what I like to do is go ahead and put it back, the filtration back in place. And then move it to the location that I'm going to place it, and then fill it with water. Otherwise, you're splashing water all over the place. All right, guys, so I'm going to add the tray back in. So currently on hand, I have some red shiso and Swiss chard, tot soy, and kale. So I'm going to show you what the pods look like. I have one kale left. So this is what the pods look like. It's like a little cocoa core. Like a little cocoa core pod. You can see it in there. And it comes labeled. So you can see the label. It has a little label on here. It has the name and everything on there. And then all you do is get something to poke it with. So you just poke a hole in the middle. Open it up, and then it's going to go in the nursery. And then the nursery, when it sits in the nursery in water, it's going to soak it up, and then it will germinate. So I'm going to show you that. So here are several little seedling babies, little babies that are already germinated. So let's see what we have. We have a kale, a couple of collard greens, 3 collard greens, and a tot soy. So I'm going to do is take these out, put these in the garden, and then we're going to start the new ones. I'm going to put them in these little cases. And that's what helps to stabilize it in the garden. Look at the roots that it already has on it. If you're using the app will even tell you how far to space things out. I'm going to put this one up front. I've been doing it long enough now to kind of know how to space them. And I'll just pop that one there. We got Swiss chard. I'm going to place in 2 tot soys. So we have a kale, Swiss chard, and 2 tot soy. Now, I like to use a filtered water to fill the nursery. Once you put the water in, put the cover over, and it says here to change out your water every 7 days. So if that cocoa core is going to absorb the water, So you want to make sure that it always has water as well. How cool is this? So there's a little slit in here that allows you, if you're someone like me who doesn't like cords, don't want to see the cords, you can push the cord right inside of here. How cool is that? So when you're not using one of these little openings, there are these little squares to close it up. And it helps the water to stay in and not evaporate so quickly. Alright guys, so now it's in my office and I'm going to fill it with some filtered water. So I've already filtered this water. And that water light is flashing here. So to let you know it needs water. Okay, so I just push the power button and we're flowing. There are nutrients that they require, so it's similar to, it's basically a fertilizer. So I'm going to add some of this in there. And whenever the water's changed, the pH balance will change from the water, so I'll also add a couple squirts of that to help balance the water back, and then I can cover it. It's done. For your nursery, you can add the nursery here like this. But because I have other LED lights up here, grow lights, I will put it on a different shelf just to give these guys the room that they need to grow. Alright guys, it was that simple, that easy. And like I said, the Rise Garden has an app. So if you think that you're somebody who has a brown thumb, really there are no brown thumbs. It's trial and error with everybody. Honey, everybody kills stuff. You got farmers who've been for generations farming and their crops go bad. You know, so don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. It's trial and error. So any type of system that's similar to this is really great for people who are just starting or who don't want something huge, but they still want that little, you know, like a little hobby. And then that's a hobby that keeps giving back to you. Like you are growing something that you can actually use. I eat the bok choy that grows right out of there, and the kale, and put the kale, you can just go and cut it and put it in your smoothie or stir fry it right there. So it's useful and it makes a great gift. Makes a great gift. There are so many different types that are out there on the market right now if you are looking for something of that nature. And like I said, it's great for people who are also on the go, in a small space and on the go. I went on vacation during the summer and I filled it up with water. It was good for over a week. No problem. So something to think about, and I wanted to share that with y'all because I had to clean the thing anyway. I had to clean it, so I may as well share it with you, right? So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you all tomorrow I'm gonna check out and see what kind of chocolate I got for today, for day 7, and I will see you all tomorrow.
It's cold outside, but the fire keeps